Wow, how about a perfect 9-0 here on the Power 5 the last 2 days? The only reason it's not 10-0 is that I give out the under on the Sugar Bowl both shows. Now, let's see if we can sweep again. Coming up, I'll be hitting both of Friday's bowl games, not to mention touching on the early Saturday bowl as well. Speaking of early Saturday, I've got some Premier League for you. And tonight, one top 10 college basketball team looks to avoid an upset at any time. As a reminder, you can go ahead and comment down below with your thoughts on these plays. Let's kick it off with the First Responder Bowl between North Texas and Texas State. This is 4 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Now, you may have caught me breaking this one down yesterday on WagerTalk today. Talked about how ravaged both teams are by the transfer portal and opt-outs. North Texas is going to be without their starting quarterback, top wide receiver, tight end, and 3 offensive linemen. Texas State down 7 starters as well. Quarterback Jordan McLeod reportedly will see, quote, limited snaps as he prepares for the East-West Shrine game. Interestingly enough, Texas State is one of only a handful of teams that has been favored in every game this season, but they're just 7-5 straight up, so a very disappointing campaign for the Bobcats. Money has clearly come on them here, however. Texas State out to minus 14 after opening minus 7.5. The total has also dropped from 67.5 to 64. So I say, why not just follow the money and play North Texas under its team total of 23.5? Their starting quarterback will be Drew Mestemaker, who's a freshman with just 5 career pass attempts. And again, a lot of absences, on the offensive side for the Mean Green. Friday's second bowl game is the Mayo Bowl. Always fun. Have a coach get mayonnaise dumped on their head afterwards. More big line movement here. Minnesota has gone from minus 4.5 to minus 9 against Virginia Tech. Total continues to hold steady at 42.5, though. Reason for the spread moving is that Virginia Tech is the latest in a long line of depleted teams this bowl season. The Hokies are going to be without possibly 15 starters for this game. The absences will be most felt along the offensive line, defensive line, and in the secondary. Generally speaking, we have seen the teams hardest hit by absences not do well in the bowl games. That makes a lot of sense, right? To that point, so far, teams down 10 or more starters because of the portal or opt-outs, just 2-5 straight up this bowl season. Now, I don't want to lay this number now, though, with Minnesota. It's gone through the key number of 7. I know head coach PJ Fleck should have his team properly motivated, though. So what's the best course of action? How about let's moneyline parlay the Golden Gophers along with Buffalo, who is facing Liberty in the Bahamas Bowl at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. Buffalo a 3-point favorite in that one. Liberty cannot possibly be interested in this game. They had aspirations of making the college football playoff. They'll be missing 17 players, up to 8 starters, including quarterback Caden Salter. All right, let's stay early Saturday right now. Okay, since we shifted to early Saturday in the Bowls, let's stay there. Go across the pond for a couple English Premier League bets. Reminder, I am number 1 at WagerTalk in soccer going back to April. 7:30 a.m. Eastern Saturday, we've got Newcastle United versus Tottenham. Form book clearly favors Newcastle in this one. They've won 4 straight, not allowing a single goal in the process. That's right, 4 straight clean sheets. Meanwhile, Tottenham has just 3 wins their last 13 matches overall. Spurs have not won any of their last 5 at home, which matches a streak set all the way back in 1994. Think you got to look at Newcastle, draw no bet in this one. I certainly don't see the Magpies losing this fixture on Saturday. We have the luxury of knowing that in case of a draw, our bet would push. That's make sure you play the spread. That will be a minus 0.0. But more than likely, it's going to be the visitors claiming all 3 points in this one. Also, the headliner on Saturday's EPL slate will be Arsenal, traveling down to the South Coast to face Brighton. Arsenal second in the league, 6 points off of Liverpool. The Gunners did play New Year's Day, beating Brentford 3-1. This match will snap a streak of 9 straight played in London. That's an interesting scheduling quirk. But the Gunners clearly the better side here. Brighton, they're winless across their last 7 Premier League matches. Meanwhile, Arsenal, you look at what they did in the calendar year of 2024, picked up the most points in the league of any side with 85. Look for them to get all 3, 12:30 Eastern on Saturday. So I mentioned earlier, I'm number 1 in soccer going back to April. Also number 1 at WagerTalk in college football going back to Thanksgiving of 2023. Unfortunately, did lose for my clients last night with the under on Notre Dame's team total. That was just a disgusting loss by half a point. Obviously, that sucked, but still a 7-2 all sports run for yours truly, including that huge 5% win with Ohio State on New Year's Day. Right now, if you go to wt.buzz/BP, you can get a full 30 days of my service free of charge when you purchase a 90-day all-access pass. So that's 120 days of service you'd be getting. Takes you right through football season, through March Madness and the NBA regular season, most of the domestic soccer season as well. Again, head to wt.buzz/pp to take advantage. I was also 61% in college hoops in December, including 2-0 my last two plays. So let's look at a good matchup tonight in the Big East. Number 8, Marquette hosting Creighton. Both teams picked up big conference wins. Earlier this week, Marquette just slaughtered Providence on the road, 78-50 as a 6.5-point favorite. Meanwhile, Creighton, they were playing at home, able to outlast St. John's 57-56. One cause for concern, though, with Creighton is they turn the ball over too much, 19 times against the Johnnies. Marquette, conversely, is a team that does not turn it over very much, only 8.9 times per game. Meanwhile, the Golden Eagles force an average of 16.4 turnovers per game. So they do very well in the turnover department. Now, my power ratings are right in line with the market, which has Marquette as a 9.5-point favorite. So I'm going to pass when it comes to playing the side. I do think Marquette wins this game. Certainly the turnover battle will be key. But the total is what I'm interested in here. It's 147.5. Creighton has been held to exactly 57 points in 2 of its last 3 games. Not to mention, they only scored 53 in a loss earlier this year to San Diego State. So when they lose, the Blue Jays typically struggle offensively. They're underdogs here. So how about betting the under? All right, recap time of the Power 5. First Responder Bowl. We like North Texas team total under 23.5. Mayo Bowl. Parlay, moneyline parlay, Minnesota with Buffalo tomorrow morning in the Bahamas Bowl. EPL, Newcastle United draw no bet against Tottenham, 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then 12:30 tomorrow, we like Arsenal on the three-way line, lay at minus 130 at Brighton. And then finally, college basketball tonight, like the under, 147.5 between Creighton and Marquette. That will do it for Friday's edition of the Power 5. Smash that like button if you enjoyed it. Make sure you're subscribed to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. And until next time, let's catch some tickets.